When you are in a survival situation, you need in a short time food. And you need food which doesn't mean that you have to spend a lot of time for it, and also doesn't spend too much energy for it. And as a normal person, you won't hunt anything. So it has to be something which is easy to find for everyone, easy to collect and easy to eat without fire, for example. Today I want to show you a superfood which everyone can find, which is easy for collect and which gives you a lot of fat and minerals. My name is VanessaBlank from Wild Woman Bushcraft, and if you are interested, feel free to accompany me in the woods and I will tell you everything. Let's go! The perfect time for collect this superfood is now in the fall. And here in the background you can see beech trees. And today I want to show you how you can identify beech trees and how beech tree nuts look like and how you can eat them. So let's take a closer look. People always say in Germany the oak tree is the typical German tree, but it's not, because in the past our forest was full of beech trees. Now we always plant trees that grow faster, like spruce trees or pine trees, but in the past the German woods was full of such gigantic trees. And you can recognize this tree very simple because it has a very soft skin. Sometimes it has white parts like here, or some plants that looks like moss growing on them. And now in the fall the leaves start to get brown and then browner, and then they fall to the ground. And beech trees can be several hundred years old. And when you see a massive tree like this here, you can just imagine if this tree would have eyes, what this tree can see in the past, what happens here around this old beech tree. We search for beech nuts from a specific beech tree. It is in German called the red beech tree, and only this has the big size of beech nuts, which are very easy to search. And then we have several years. They are so called mast years. These are years where you found a lot more oak nuts and beech nuts than usual. And these are the Eldorado years for the wild boars, because there they find much more food than usual. But it is together with specific weather and climate situations, if this year is a mast year or not. So they said normally around once in 12 years it should be a mast year. When you have an area like here where the ground is clear, it's easier for you to find the beech nuts, because when you have underground which is like here full with fallen leaves, it is pretty hard to find the nuts under the leaves. So like here it's perfect to collect the nuts. Like by the horse chestnut, the beech nuts are growing into those hard shells which are covered with something like needles, and inside there are the chestnuts, but the chestnuts are also covered by a skin. So this is how they look, the cover, and then their inside are mostly 3 or 4 beech nuts. But if you found them, don't be happy too fast, because like in life, there are a lot of empty-brained nuts around. Here also, because worms also love them, or sometimes when they just are not okay, it's bees and flowers, and when they are not connected, sometimes a fruit like this grows, but there's nothing inside. In the beech nuts are also included minerals, zinc and iron, and there are around 40% fat inside, which makes them for such an important survival food, because your body needs fat every time and more in a survival situation to be fit and strong. And in the past, especially after the war times, people always eat them. So, and when there are times where they not have enough food out of the garden, out of the field, they are going into the woods and collect there something. And now this knowledge is science clearly forgotten. Nobody needs it anymore. But in the past, they also bring their domestic pigs into the forest to eat oak nuts and beech nuts, that they get fat very soon. And now there is also something bad about the beech nuts. Like oak nuts, you cannot eat them in a big amount raw. That means inside of the beech nuts is phagine included. It's from the word fagus, which means beech tree. And this makes that you have stomach ache. But this is not only the only bad thing. They also included 2 other poisons, so I have to check because this is a not so easy English word. They include the slightly toxic substance alkaloids and oxalic acid, and they are included when they are rare. So these toxins can cause abdominal pain, headaches, and vomiting and cramps. So imagine you are in a survival situation, you find a lot of beech trees and you think, great, I can fill my stomach with them. You use the energy to collect them, you eat them, and then suddenly you feel unwell and you have to bring everything out again, and that means you have just waste the energy, the time, and you are very ill after you know what I mean. So, and because of this, they tell child should not eat more than 3 beech tree nuts a day, rare, and adults around 5. So I eat often a lot more, a handful of them, and nothing happened. But yeah, you have to be careful in the survival situation that you don't destroy your body more than it still is, you know. But you can eat them in a big amount when you do this. if you heat the beech nut up, the toxics are destroyed. So you can eat how much you want. And you can do this in two different ways. The first is peel the cover off. It works very easy if you have a little bit fingernails. And then just put it in a pan and heat it up. The second way is put it with or without cover into boiling water and let it there be for a few minutes. After the beech nuts are in the boiled water, you can remove the cover easier, so if you want it. So, and then you can eat how much you want. So I don't get paid for it, I bought it by my own, but this cooker is just so great because everything fits inside this standard pot, also included a lighter, so for ultralight tours it's just perfect. I will roast my beech nuts now and enjoy them. I hope you remember my words when you come in a survival situation. I hope not, but try it out before you come into a survival situation to identify them and try them. They taste very, very tasty. So you can also make flavor out of them or oil, but they include no gluten. So it is so spiky. You have to also put other flavor to it that it works better. So we enjoy our time there now in the woods a little bit more and eat them. And I hope you like this video and we see us again in the next one. Have a great time. Bye bye.